preparing for Crash the Titans. Deadpool's Daily Quest. And we got old Drax the Destroyer here. We're going to go up into the roster. We're actually going to take a look at Drax, and then we'll do the deep dive into the character that we're going to be using after we beat the Crash. So the Destroyer is a 10 black AP power where Drax destroys some number of enemy special tiles and then random tiles depending upon the levels that you have his black ability. But it'll do the flat out damage first, then the tile destruction. His next power is Secret Weapon. It creates a purple strike tile, and then the strength increases if you have up to 5 countdown tiles on the board. I will have to show a creative way on how to use this purple to get a better result, or to get the max of 5 countdown tiles. But the passive component we really don't have to worry about, since Drax doesn't create any friendly countdown tiles or any countdown tiles at all. And then finally, his Slice and Dice. It deals a set amount of damage to the target, but if you are at 90% or more of your health, it'll do almost double the damage, at least level 5, and I want to say even at level 3. But for 8 red, I would just leave it at level 5. So now, who do we use today? Two of the more ubiquitous members of the Guardians of the Galaxy and of 4-Star Land, Rocket and Groot. Now, some of you are probably wondering, like, well, why do you have why is your costume different than mine? Back in the day, D3, and the developers of the game, they were doing costumes, and let's just say with some of the things that they did in game, they started up with a great idea, then they dropped the great idea in the midst, and so some folks have costumes, some don't. It's a program that really needs to be re-implemented, but I don't know how you will re-implement it anyway. So Rocket is a blue, yellow, and green user. His blue power is Rocket's Pack, and it creates a repeater tile. It does damage, and then it creates an attack tile on the color black. And then obviously at level 5, it does more damage and a stronger attack tile. Then we have his yellow, probably the best yellow power in the game that isn't a heal. Welcome to the team. He creates a strength. Well, they create a 7 strike tiles. And then if there's another member of the Guardians of the Galaxy, it increases the strength even more. And then finally, don't push this button. It's a 10 green AP power that does damage when the countdown tile reaches 0. But if it's matched away, it still does damage to the enemy team, but you get dealt a bit of damage as well. And then the secondary part, called I Am Groot, Baby Groot makes an auto match, and you gain AP for the auto match that Baby Groot does. So pretty straightforward. Um, if you were a low level trying to do this fight, what I'd recommend to boost in blue and definitely boost in green. But for this fight here, I'm gonna take some team ups in because again, though that milestone quest isn't gonna finish themselves, and plus two, yellow's a a somewhat dead color, so it's not gonna impact the fight any at all. All right, let's get into it. All right, so this countdown tile here, this is from Groot's and Rocket's Guardians of the Galaxy ship, the Milano. Though, I don't really care. I mean, technically we need the Benatar in the game, but again, that's digressing. So as long as the Milano is equipped to any version of Rocket and Groot, at the start of the battle, you create a 3-turn countdown tile that deals damage for each Guardian to the Galaxy on the team. And it also, and at level 2, it also increases the green damage that we do by a little bit. So now green is actually our strongest color. So the main thing we want to do, we want to deny red, we definitely want to deny black, and the third thing, which really should have been the first important thing, is we want to keep our strike tiles on the board. Well, that's a good start. I'm gonna match. If I match that way, it still gives them black though. I really don't want to leave the critical tile out on the board, so I think we'll go this way. Take the match 5 in black. We're going to be losing a little bit more of our strike tiles on the board, but thankfully with their power I can get some, well, not their power, but with their support I can get a little bit more, I get a few more strike tiles on the board, hopefully. Secret weapon, oh never mind, that ended the fight. That was pretty quick. Get all the rewards. Get this legendary token. Thanks guys, appreciate y'all playing. Get some boosts. Got 3 more days till another Patsy cover. Alright, the deep dive now into Rocket and Groot. For them, they are probably the most straightforward 4-star character that you can possibly have on your roster. Nothing too complicated, it's just straightforward, and I think that's a very good design because a lot of times there are characters in the game, their interactions that they have, they tend to be a little bit too complicated for folks. Looking at you, Legion. Then you have some characters who were when you look at them at first, they look like that they're straightforward, but then you have to do some, not necessarily complex equations or nothing like that there, but you have to do a little bit more thinking with the gray matter than when you do with other characters. Rocket and Groot, not so much. Again, like we mentioned with the blue, creates an attack tile. Does damage, creates a tactile. Yellow creates strike tiles on the board at the beginning of the fight. And then green creates a countdown tile, makes a match for you. Do the simple strategy of protect the castle, make sure your countdown tile isn't matched away. Or hope that Baby Groot doesn't match your countdown tile away. Now, who would I pair them with? Obviously, Polaris, because again, you want all them strike tiles on the board to be flooded. Gamora, simply because of the Guardians of the Galaxy affiliation. You could even do Medusa, keep the strike tile on the board, and if they're matched away, you guys can heal. You could do Star Lord, 4 3-star Star Lord. You could do either one of them. You could also do 3-star Gamora for the strike tile damage. The brand new Mantis that's coming into the game, you could use her as a partner for them. Another person that you could definitely use with 4-star Rocket and Groot. As we scroll back down on my roster, you can use Thanos. Either the 3-star or the 5-star version of Thanos. Make some sort of a match. Instantly get rid of everybody that's on the board, at least with the easy nodes and PvE. Oh, I forgot another person that you could team them up with 2 and 4-star land. And this one here should have been like the first one, Juggernaut, simply because of his collateral damage. To make a match with Juggernaut, you deal damage to the enemy team, and then with the strike tiles on the board, that's even more damage to the enemy team. Also, too, you can use probably anybody that can create or fortify your strike tiles, like Iron Fist or Iron Man Hulkbuster if you need more strike tiles on the board, or Luke Cage, maybe even Misty Knight, though I don't know with the yellow it wouldn't be too bad. The blue, her blue, um, you know, will do some fortification if your strike tiles happen to land on that particular color. Again, somebody, again, like we mentioned with Polaris, again with her, you'll definitely be using her blue more than you would with Rockets, because again, more strike tiles, and keep their strike tiles matched. The other person that I would recommend that you wouldn't face off against, well, 2 of them in fact, Sabretooth and where is Craven? I think I've scrolled up. Gotta scroll up, yeah. Like Craven and Sabretooth, both of them, they're like, ooh, you got strike tiles on the board, or in Craven's case, ooh, you got special tiles on the board. Okay, cool. Don't let them be up on the board for too long. And then same with Morbius too. Morbius is the same way. He's like, ooh, attack tiles on the board. Okay, or strike tiles on the board. Cool. Let me just get rid of those there. So you gotta work the balance of making sure that your strike tiles are on the board, but at the same time too, you know, hey, looking at who you're playing against and say to yourself, well, do I need to match away my strike tiles, or do I need to keep them on the board, or things of that sort. There, like I said, they're really straightforward team or straightforward characters. Like if you're going into 4-star land, those will be two that I would probably chase pretty heavily after. If not Polaris, that's number one. Those two there. Well, then again, I would I would actually use them. I would use them second for shard targets. And if you're going into 4-star land, because simply Polaris can use folks like Blade and 3-star Dakin and Iron Fist and Wolverine, people like that there who can create strike tiles, um, either passively or relatively cheaply. Alright, where is the 3-star version of Rocket and Groot? Unless there we go. I am totally not totally didn't see them. Another way that you can target Rocket and Groot pretty easily is by getting their 3-star version. The 3-star version gives out their shards, and I want to say Drax as well. If I'm wrong on that, I deeply apologize because, well, I don't have this Rocket and Groot as as a champion to go through the listings. But as you can see, the 3-star version of Rocket and Groot, they're a little bit different than the 5-star version. We'll start from the blue power, go to yellow, and then green, and then we'll talk about some of the similarities and differences. I got a plan. It's 11 blue AP. 11 blue AP. It creates some pretty meaty strike tiles after the 2-turn blue countdown tile is complete. And this here is actually similar in a way to both their blue ability and their yellow ability. It's like you keep this countdown tile protected. Get these strike tiles on the board. This is something that I would definitely run run at 5. Free strike tiles, no problem. Well, again, once the countdown tile resolves. And then we have I am Groot. If Rocket and Groot are below 25% health and an ally or themselves make a match in yellow, destroy the team with tiles on the board, and then you heal for whatever amount that you have it at between level 3 and level 5. I personally like having this power here at level 5 simply because I don't like using health packs unless I have to use health packs. There'll be situations where you'll intentionally go into a fight with Rocket and Groot with less than 25% health, and you'll say to yourself, well, I need a yellow match. I need a yellow match. I need a yellow match. Can I get a yellow match? Please drop on the board. Come on, computer. Don't match away that yellow. That was the yellow that I needed. But but when the yellow ability does go off, that that large amount of health that you heal back from, that might actually be enough to tip the scales and help you win the fight. Again, if you had this here at 3, yeah, not too bad. again, it's just a personal preference. Do you want to heal halfway, or do you want to heal like 3/4 of the way? Or or this here might heal you 3/4 of the way, and that one there might just completely top you off, or that might get you the same amount of healing as that would there if you had more countdown tiles on board. So again, like I said, it's a matter of preference. And then Blammo, we got you. It's a 10 green AP power, and it punches a 2x2 hole, and then it destroys an additional basic or random enemy attack, protect, or count or strike tile for each 2 green AP that the team has, and then it deals damage per tile. Here, just makes the hole into a 2x4, and then just makes it any enemy special tile, and then it does damage. Um, this one here just depends on what style of board shake do you want. Do you want a small board shake, or do you want a somewhat bigger board shake? And if you happen to have a lot of tiles in the middle of the board, that's great. If you don't, well, it's fine too. Personally, I just keep that there at 3, and I don't even really think about the board shake. Again, if you put it at 5, again, that's fine. Um, so the while it's I don't even call it similar to the green ability that they both the green abilities from the 3-star and the 5-star version are wildly there's things that you wouldn't necessarily see uh in 3-star land. Like you wouldn't see an auto match in 3-star land, which that would be actually pretty crazy if they did an auto match in 3-star land. But again, both of them, both the 3-star and the 4-star version of Rocket and Groot, both of them are pretty solid characters. As far as I would run this version of Rocket and Groot, the 4-star version, at 355, because again, blue, if you got Polaris, if you have Gamora, you have any other blue user, you're probably gonna use their blue power. And I forgot one other person that teams up with Rocket and Groot too. Oh my gosh, how can I forget them too? Where are you at? The people are probably screaming at me like, how could you forget about Kitty Pryde? How could you forget about Kitty Pryde? Kitty Pryde, like they have a team named after each other. Yeah, I forgot. I'm sorry. If not Kitty, you can also use Nico Minoru too in in 4-star land. Nico does hang on, was it? No, it wasn't Try Not to Die. I think it was Try Not to Die. No, or it might have been Mystical. Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, Mystical Affinity with with the trifecta. Yeah, yeah. See, so you're board tripping. Okay, well, back to Rocket and my total brain fart about Kitty and Nico. Again, sorry guys, but yeah, the blue, like I mentioned, Gamora, three Gamora 4-star. Why in the world would you want to use the 3-star version of Gamora as a green when their green's a little bit better? Yeah, yeah. 4-star Gamora is blue. Polaris is blue. There rarely will be a situation that you'll have enough AP to use that power there. If you do, more power to you, but it's really more a win more thing. Jello gotta have it at 5. Gotta have it at 5. Like the difference between four four type 4 strike tiles and 7 strike tiles, that's a lot of damage. So you're looking at matches starting at 1500 damage, maybe even more if you have a guardian on the team, as opposed to 800-900 damage per match. You know, a little bit more if you got a guardian on the team, but still, 5 no brainer. Like get this here to 5. You're good. Don't push this button. I just keep this here at 5. Like yeah, the damage from the atomic bomb, you know, it's like it's a little bit. It increases more and more as you get to levels, but I would just rather do a lot of damage to the enemy team, like 10,000 damage times 3, as opposed to 4,800 damage times 3. As far as the support goes, anything that can give them more strike tiles. Um, Again, the Milano, this is solid. I don't think there are any supports that create strike tiles that I can think of. I mean, there's a few of them that I could probably think of, but nothing offhand. Maybe no. I was thinking Dazzler, but no. Like Proxima Midnight. This here creates a strike tile, but that can only be equal to villains. But you get the idea. Strike tiles, strike tiles, strike tiles, and even more strike tiles. That's what you want with Rocket and Groot. Alright, now who to pair up Rocket and Groot with? I know I scrolled down from the champion version, but it doesn't really matter. Like, who would I pair them up with? Anybody that that you want to hide behind with their yellow abilities. So Iron Man 40, that's pretty much a no-brainer. Like use Iron Man 40's recharge. You're pretty much set with Rocket and Groot's blue ability, and then you can. Oh, and you can also get the green ability too, and then you can mix and match wherever you want to go. If you want to use Iron Man's red, or if you want to keep the blue for Iron Man 40, you can do that there as well. Another person I would recommend, Cyclops 3-star. Yeah, I know you're getting rid of the team up tiles, but how is it if you're early into the fight and you want to, put the pressure up on the enemy? That's one person that I would recommend using Cyclops. You can also do Captain America 3-star. That'd be great. Uh, Not necessarily Bullseye, but Blade. Blade again, get the strike tiles on the board. He's a You can use Rocket and Groot's green, because Blade's green is the passive, and then if Rocket and Groot happens to get their blue off and you have enough purple, you can create those attack tiles with Blade's purple and then drop it on them that way. Gray Suit Black Widow, if you need the add green to the board, you can do that there, and then you got a choice between her green and Rocket and Groot's green. Same thing with Kamala Khan. You can use her green to attack the enemy team, or you can use Rocket and Groot's green and then use her yellow to heal off on the team. Trying to think, who else have I used with them? Again, 3-star Star-Lord, like I mentioned. With the 4-star Rocket and Groot, like you can use them. You could use Star-Lord, and you can use Star-Lord's yellow to convert enemy like, well, your strongest color into, I think it is your strongest color, right? Oh, the enemy strongest color. Okay, so I had it right the first time. The enemy strongest color to green charge tiles, and if you're less than 40% health, you can get heals in that way to keep Rocket and Groot from not reaching their 25% threshold. Obviously Thanos and Doctor Strange. Thanos because, you know, court death, and if you use Thanos' court death, you don't have to worry too much about them taking damage, because if they get down to 40% health, I mean, with 25% health, they can easily heal it off. Doctor Strange, everyone knows about Doctor Strange. Enemy fires off a power, you heal. And now I will do my outro, because there's oh yeah, Dakin. Match green because you're not using red. Put more strike tiles on the board. He has a cheap blue. Or if you want to use Rocket and Groot's blue, you can go for it. And I think that is mostly it. Now I can do the outro. Yeah, that's definitely gonna conclude it with this video here. I'm gonna go and do this Deadpool's daily, do the rest of Fight for Wakanda, not white for Wakanda. WIGHT, like a lich or something like that. There, no, we're gonna fight for Wakanda. We're gonna finish that there off, and then I think the next time I'll either do Meet Rocket and Groot in its entirety, or I'll wait for all 5 days of introduction to come across, and then we can talk about Manus that way. But either way, I'm gonna sign out, get all this stuff here done, check out, see what my quests are, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.